Alan, Lex doesn't like conglomerates, and Lex does not like family-controlled companies. And Bouygues of France is doubly sinful here. It's a family-controlled conglomerate. How were their results today?
Not very good, really. They're a bit soft. Frankly, if you take out the exceptional gains from sales of certain assets that they had, the operating profits in the first half were down over 60% year.
And remind us of the pieces of the company.
Well, the biggest piece is the Bouygues construction, which is construction both in France and overseas. The order book was better. Really, that's what you truly need to focus on when you're talking about construction. But that's accounted for, nevertheless, that accounted for all of the operating profits.
So there's the telecom business on the other side.
Which is losing money.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's losing money on an operating profit basis. It did have free cash flow this year after CapEx.
Right, so what are we paying now for this strange combination of a money-making French construction business and a money-losing French mobile telecom?
Well, it's an interesting question. The enterprise value to EBITDA multiple now is just over 6 times, about 6.3 times 2014 numbers. That is at a 5-year high, so you might think, ooh, well, that's getting kind of toppy here. Indeed, it's in fact about a fifth below the European construction and engineering multiple for the sector.
So this is a cheap construction company.
Yeah, but it's trading roughly in line with European telcos.
Right.
So in fact, it's trading really much more like a telco, suggesting that something's going to happen on the telco side.
And indeed, sale of the telecom business has been an option that's been kicked around.
Right.
And it seems obviously, on the face of it, the thing to do, break the two things apart. France is a hyper-competitive telecom market anyway that could use some consolidation. Yeah. What's the problem here?
The problem is price. Bouygues does not want to, Martin Bouygues does not want to sell for too little. He feels that Bouygues has invested heavily in infrastructure. They need to be paid back. The price that he has sort of talked about is closer to 7 or 8 billion euros. What he has been offered by one of his competitors, Iliad, is closer to 4 or 5. So we've got a gap here.
Yeah, just quickly, can the gap be closed?
I think the gap will eventually be closed, but I think Bouygues is going to have to come down a bit and accept that that Bouygues has really only 2 buyers out there if it's going to be a French consolidation. That's Orange, the incumbent, and Iliad. So it's a waiting game.
There's only 2 buyers, and those buyers are reasonably strong. They can exert some pressure.
I think that's what's going to happen here. It's going to be a waiting game.
Thanks, Alan.